Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Guess what time it's for? Koala Sampler has a brand new synth called Quokka. Let's urge. Boom. Hey, we're working now. We're cooking with gas. What's going on? My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Restream, what are you doing? Weird. I've not seen that before. That is a fantastic new bug, Restream, whatever the hell that was. Welcome to the show. It is a stressful day today for me. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm going to mention that right now. Let's get into it. So this week on the show, there is no live interview because sometimes when you aim to try and get some guests on your show who are, you know, of a little bit of a upper echelon, baby, they can't do the live stream at the time that you'd like them to come on. So I have gone ahead and decided to do a pre-recorded interview this week with one of the most amazing guitarists in Australia and possibly in the world, man. Pete Northcote is coming on the show. So today I'm doing a pre-recorded video with him. I'm very, very excited. I just want to give you a little bit of background. Let's tell you if this wants to work. Peter Northcote, I'm going to give you a little bit of his bio here, just so you know who he is. I love the opening of his bio. You may or may not know Peter Northcote, but you certainly have heard him. That is so true. Let's talk about some of the people he's worked with. As for record dates, Pete has recorded with Anthony Kalia, the Australian Idol cast albums, Bob Down, Daryl Braithwaite, Doc Neeson, Dragon, Grace Knight, Guy Sebastian, High Five, Human Nature, Jenny Morris, Jimmy Barnes, Julie Anthony, Marsha Hines, Margaret Ulrich, Mark Hunter, Neil Murray, Paul Kelly, Shannon Knoll, Sharon O'Neill, Simon Phillips, Yothu Indy, just to name a few, and also toured with international acts like Elton John, Cher, Shania Twain, Billy Joel, The Monkees, Rod Stewart, Bo Diddley, and Tom Jones. Yeah, this dude is the gun. So I'm doing an interview with him today in a couple of hours' time, which will be all pre-recorded and edited for you on Thursday, US UK time. And I can sit in the chat and enjoy it along with you. Indeed, we got lots of cool stuff coming up here this week on the channel. You probably already saw some videos up, and there's lots of pre-records to come, especially with an app I looked at last week, which is called Soundbox, and boom. Whoops. Well, we have, it's making some weird stuff now. I like that. I'd say it's probably because of all the drama that's gone down with our Restream. But we have all these new sounds from the Floating Ensemble Pack. Yes. Wow. It's pretty huge. So I can't wait to cover this on a pre-recorded video this week. Let's bounce out of here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Koala Sampler. It is an app I've covered a bunch of times here on the channel. It's one of, if not the most used samplers on iOS, also on the Mac. You can get it on the Mac as well. It's a standard. It's a very high standard, very simple, and just continues to grow and get better and better. Let's say hello to all here in the chat. Hello, Ed B. Metal. Hello, Thomas Christ. Hello, Tremor Bear. Hello, Rise of Dark Leela. Who else have I missed? I saw Mr. Smith here. Hello, Jamie Melander. I know that was from the other stream. Brad's still probably sitting at the other stream going, where is everybody? What's going on? Can somebody help me? Where is Brad? Can somebody send out a search party for Brad? He's probably lost. because I don't know what happened with that other stream. That was so, you're there he is, there's Brad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Koala Sampler is rad. Let's get into it. Let's talk about how much it costs and all that jazz. So, whoa, wrong one. Getting it together today. Wow. Koala Sampler is available on the App Store for $4.99. It comes with 3 in-app purchases. What we're looking at today is a part of one of those in-app purchases. So it's not a new in-app purchase. It's a previously manifested in-app purchase. And these are the 3 of them. You've got the Samurai Edition, the Mixer, and the Koala AUV3 plugin. You can find this synth, the Quokka Synth, in the Samurai Edition. So if you've already paid for this in the past and you get time stretch, sequence edit, auto chop, you now get this sequencer built into it. Pretty damn cool. The Mixer is an additional $4.99. So this gives you 4 channels of 16 effects. And the other one is only $1.99. It gives you the AUV3 plugin and recently added multi-output. So that's super cool also. It's a rad app, yeah? I certainly don't use it anywhere near enough, but hey, can you blame somebody? Because like there's so many cool apps out there, and I know there's massive communities throughout iOS communities and on Mac as well of people using Koala. It was the original. It's still one of the best in my opinion. Let's load it up and get some action happening. I'll run through briefly just a recap of what Koala is. So one of the cool things about Koala is you can load your own backdrops. You can put in your own screensavers. So I have this picture currently. It's really easy to do. You can go down to settings here and you can see on the tabs here, we've got general, audio, MIDI and extras, and you can add a background whenever you want. So you can remove this background, hit choose, and it'll take you straight to your Photos app and you can throw whatever you like in there. So let's grab this one and bang, super cool to make your own backgrounds for this kind of stuff. Now you can see instantly we've got a bunch of samples in here. And not only do I have all these samples, we've got multiple pages. So this is a, pretty sure this is a retro pack I've got in here. It's really easy to record your own samples in here. You just pretty much, if I delete something from this, I can just click on it and hit delete. And now it'll be a blank little spot. And I can hold down and record. You can record with the voice. You can record whatever you want. It's that good. It really is a stellar little app. You can change the pitch of these things. So you got a little pitch here. Change the volume, you can get right in and edit the actual waveform by clicking on edit. You've got chokes, loops, reverses, one-shots, even more tools down the side. You can split stems in here. So there's a stem splitter in there from within one of the in-app purchases. Auto chop, trim, silence, normalize, crop, all this stuff, export and bounce. Not only that, do you have all of this to play around with, but you've got a sequencer, a huge sequencer that you can flip through a whole bunch of pages to sequence. It just really is super solid, this app. I think it's, is it 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 pages of sequences that you can just add in here. And it's so easy to do. You can just hit record and it'll start going. If I, so go back to number 1. Go to your next one. Now I'm being a bit of a doofus and just going crazy there, but you can see how easy it is to throw things in. Plus, you've got a performance tab over here, which has buses. You've got a mixer. It's wild. Plus a whole bunch of effects too. So if we head over here and hit play to this one, you got crushes, pitch, combs, ring modulators, reverbs, stutters, gating, So it really is super, super, super cool. And the other bonus is if you've paid for that in-app purchase, you can load it as an AUV3. Logic, an AUM, do whatever you want and create your own drums. I use it especially to make drums because if you watch previous episodes, I have Glenn Fricker's drum pack, which is only for Mac, and I wanted to bring some of those drums over into here. So how I did that was like this. Bring those drums in using Koala. Let me get some volume. And then I was able to edit these drums down, actually go into them, click on them, edit. You can see I've done some full editing and then export these and then create these drums in Logic. So you can use it for so many different, not only just for doing sampling and stuff, but actually sampling a whole bunch of stuff from another computer that you can't use on iOS, bring it over here and do it like that. So really, really handy. There's just so many uses to use this wonderful app with. I'm going to hit new and we're going to get into this new sequencer. So, all right, let's go. How do we get to this sequencer? So down the bottom here, you have a little samples icon. And you'll see here we've got songs, basics, and more. You can find this in the more section. Here's our new MIDI out, which has been included. It was only a few weeks ago, so I'm not going to do a demo of this today. MIDI out will let you send pattern data to specific MIDI outputs. This will let you sequence external hardware along with Koala using the powerful built-in sequencer. So that has recently, it's only a few weeks ago, been added to Koala for one of the in-app purchases. Damn cool. Hey, Rhett, what's going on? All right, and this is Quokka. Quokka is a synthesizer designed to make it easy to create the sounds you need for your songs. It can be monophonic, like classic analog synths, or polyphonic, like more modern synths. It has a single, flexible wave blend oscillator to get just the right sounds. Now, if you've come here thinking that this is going to be some kind of super crazy, wild synth, no, it's not. This is very simple, very but very interesting and very tonal pleasing. It punches way above its weight, I believe. Okay, so how do we get it into here? Well, you just grab it over here and drag it into there and we are set. Let's close that. And now if I tap on here, here is our synth. Now when I play the keys here, I'm not getting anything come through, so there's nothing coming through there. But how do we do that? Let me show you how we do that. So going to come back over here in our sequence tab. While this is selected, there's a little keyboard and you can choose to add that to this. So you tap and then tap on here now. We have our little sequencer, our little keypad. So it's already rocking. Now in this, while you're on your keyboard over here, you've got options. You don't have to have this grid. You can have a keyboard. If you want, you can come over here and do note repeats, velocity, go back to our grid. Plus, if you're using the on-screen keyboard, which a lot of people are, that's one of the things about Koala that makes it so cool is that, you can take it out. It's a sampler. You can dick around and record things with the speaker, the microphone on your phone and do all this. You don't even really need anything plugged into it. It's a sampler. Predominantly, that's getting a whole lot of really cool new features as it keeps going. But we have scales here. If you'd like to do that too, you can set scales, change back to our keyboard. So we've only got major going on. We've got pentatonic, we've got diminished. So it's not a huge list of scales, and who needs it to be? Not all the time do we need to hit a scale and have like 200 scales that we've never heard of appear. So here's your basic chromatic. And now that we've actually assigned a keyboard to the synth, what's really nice is if I come back over here to my keyboard, it's now connected. Easy peasy beneasy. Remember, this is an AUV3 as well. So we're going to come back over here to our sample tab and let's get into the settings and how it all works. Yes, indeed. So to open up all the settings of the synth, you just go to edit and there it all is. These are your 4 tabs. Now this changes when you flip your iPad. I'm going to try and do it. Flip my iPad on the side. Will I do it? See how it flips? There we go. So it all gets a little bit smaller. Hopefully you can see that. And it turns into these tabs. So we've got tabs across the top. You can see me tapping these tabs. But if you want to make them a little bit bigger, double tap where the little, see here, so where the black is, and it makes it a lot bigger. I'm going to flip it over the other side. So when it goes back here, you get a much wider view to see everything all at once. So nice that it flips around and does its own thing and helps you to see exactly what's going on. Now, if you've ever used a synthesizer, and I think most people have, this ain't going to be rocket science to you all. It's got one oscillator here. Here's our oscillator. The shapes, we've got square, sine, triangle, a sawtooth, and like this noise thing, yeah? So you can go through them. Yeah. It's not going to blow your brains, but you know what's really exciting? As I said, if you double tap on any of these sections here, it gives you a wider view. Now look at this. Before I get into anything else, you can hold down a note and move your finger around through the oscillations. Oh, it sounds so good. Nice little touch there. You've got an octave, of course. You can take it down, what, 2 octaves? And up 2 octaves. Hi, Kim. You can go to mono if you like as well. So here's our mono switch. Once that's on, of course, you've got a mono keyboard. So no chords, right? And it's got this little glide feature. So if you turn up glide, we'll start here and go to C to C. Nice, simple, really nice stuff. You're not going to get too overwhelmed with this synth, let me tell you that. It's very, very easy. Let's talk about the filter. So, again, standard stuff there with your filter. You've got a cutoff. So I'm just dragging that with my finger. And again, if you double tap, you can drag this, can control the resonance as well. Now, you're not going to get anything that's too screamy or too out of control with the resonance. Double tap and we have our controls. You've got an overdrive. Double tap and we're back to our controls. high pass, band pass, low pass, pretty standard stuff. This is your resonance here, so you can turn that up and down. We'll turn these back down. And let's come back over to our oscillator and talk about our shapes again, because we've got this morph button. Now, with our first shape, if we turn up our morph, we're going to get that right. So now if we change this to our square and do the same thing, we're going to get more of a So remember, there's only one oscillator in here. It's, you know, not the super fancy, just one oscillator. Let's take it to our sine, which, you know, sine wave's pretty boring. And we'll add our morph. Now, the beautiful thing, if we double tap on our oscillator and move this around like we did before, you're going to get that morph turned up full. Find a nice medium. Wicked stuff. Wicked stuff. So we've got one LFO. Let's bounce over to our LFO. And with this, you know, I don't think you need anything that's super crazy, like a shit ton of LFOs, like so many apps have these days, 1,000,001 LFOs, sending shit everywhere. But so you can send this to your pitch, shape, morph, cutoff, and amp, the amp envelope. So we've got an envelope here on the end. Let's turn this up. And you can see straight away, there it is. It's just doing its thing. Hey, you see, Baba? We can change the speed. Anyone for Pac-Man? You have a selection of waveforms here, all your stock standard stuff. I really like this one here. It's kind of like this really wonky, random, I just had too many beers kind of thing. We can send this to the shape. So we can modulate the shape. We can do the morph. And you can see over here, if you take a look, you can see whatever's being modulated has a little red line just start moving. So if we turn up our morph, you can see we're getting a little bit more. We can also send a modulation to the cutoff, of course. What synth isn't going to let you do that? And finally, you can send it to the amp envelope, which we're just going to move to in a second. Just remember, you can also sync this to your DAW if you're using this as an AV3. There's your little sync button. Done. Easy peasy beneasy. We've got an envelope and we've got an amp envelope and a modulator. Yeah, so pretty cool. Amp. Let's send this out to our amp. Usual stuff. Attack, decay. We'll turn off our, let's just turn this off for now. Now, of course, you can make pads and all that kind of stuff. And not forgetting, remember in our perform section, we've got effects and everything like that. So you can come into your mixer. You can add effects in here. We can add like a reverb. If you want to check out the show I did on the mixer and everything like that, they've done. I've done a show on the stem splitter, I think just an overall of Koala, and you can add as many effects as you want, delays, all that kind of stuff. Overdrives, limiters, low cuts, noise gate, phases. You've got everything in here. I think there's a flanger. Yeah, everything you can poke a stick at. Ring modulator. And you can turn them all off very easily. So that is in the perform section. Let's come back over here. Our envelope. And we've got envelope modulation as well. So we can send this to our, we've got 4 options we can send this to. The pitch. So you've got time and depth. If we turn the depth down the opposite way, you'll see that flip. Get the LFO back on. We'll put this on our morph. So for such a small little synthesizer that, you know, really only has one oscillator, one LFO, you can get a lot of meat out of this. Yeah, definitely. And over here, we've got a mix here, EQ, if you want to add that in there as well. So a real lot of, you know, mighty power coming out of this thing. And as you can see, I'm using a keyboard for all of this. Plus, not only that, hello, Barry Glenn, what's happening? Good to see you. You've got some presets in here as well. So you've got some built-in presets. Whenever you save something as well, it'll go into this little user folder. So you can save your own presets. But there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. We've got some bass stuff. And when you tap on each one, it gives you a sample of what it sounds like before you play it. Now, so you got some drums in here. So a hat, you got a ride, because of course you do, because you've got a noise, you've got an actual noise oscillation in here too to make your rides, your cymbals. You can turn up the volume of these too. So there's a whole bunch of drums, kicks. You've got so much sound effects. And I do believe these effects and patches were made by people from within the community. So that's really cool. That's, as I said at the start, Koala's always been a very community-based synth. Since it came out from Elf Audio, they have their own Facebook group and all that stuff, and it is very community orientated. Everyone's always sharing patches and stuff. It's just one of those apps, you know, that yeah, it'd be metal. So this is in the standalone version too, and of course you can open it as an AUV3 and control it with whatever you goddamn like. Got this 80s patch here. Leads, we've got some percussions. Rhythmic stuff. So this is using now, because the show was running late, I decided to run the ad a little bit later today. So let's do that, and I can tell you what's coming up for the rest of this week. We'll run the ad. You can avoid the ad every day. We do an ad on YouTube. You can avoid the ad by skipping the ad or becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber. Let's run the ad. It has been run. Let me tell you what's coming up over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, what is happening on this show? So, long overdue, we are doing a look at two previous apps I've covered here on the show by Toybox Audio. They have Thump One and Buzz Zone, which has been heavily updated to fall in line with their newest release. So we'll take a look at both of these tomorrow, see what's changed, and take a look at the juicy, nice new interface. So we'll get into that one tomorrow live on the channel. Also, the day after that, what is happening? Who knows? I think we're doing Metheist. Going to get back to recording vocals for the new Metheist EP that I've been working my ass off on. So, which is 5, 6 tracks, something like that. It's heavy as all hell, indeed. So that is happening on Wednesday, UK, US time. Hello, Chad Freeman, and Deep Gravity. Hello to you. Boom. Also, pre-recorded videos that are happening this week. Let me tell you about those. We have The Comeback Kid by Baby Audio. I'll be jumping into this one. This is a delay. It's pretty damn sweet. Also, I can't find the other one. So there are a bunch of others. I can't find the thing at the moment, but there are a whole bunch of pre-records that I'm doing this week. And of course, this week's interview is with the amazing session guitarist, Peter Northcote, and I'll be doing that interview today and then editing it, so it will be a premiere because this dude is busy. And this is what happens when you get very successful artists on your show. They don't have all the time to be waiting for you on a Wednesday at 8 a.m. in the morning to do a live interview. So we make do with what we can. All right, before we get out of here today, let me just show you Koala actually working in a door, because that's what we want to see. And I'm just going to open up AUM, of course, and Koala, there it is. It is an AUV3. You want to connect your keyboard to it this way. MIDI inputs. Find your keyboard. Boom. This is my old. Now you'll notice the picture on this is a little bit different because the AUV3 version is different than the standalone version. So you can actually have different artwork and save different projects. So when I come into my projects here, it goes to this folder instead of the inboard. So what you saw with the other one. So very kind of different setup. If I hit new Jade, I don't even know what this is. Yeah, so these are me making a fool of myself, making silly noises. And again, because this is hooked up to my...
Kill the doctor. Wow, wow, wow. Yep. Wow.
So this is a pack I made. Wait, I think this was on the original show that I did for Koala. Yes, it's 3 pages of stuff.
Exterminate. Kill the doctor. Wow.
Wicked stuff. So once we're in here, of course, you can create a new. We don't need to save this, but it's just as easy to load up your, we need to go down to samples, down the bottom corner, go to more, grab our synth and drag it in, and we are off to the races. Now, remember what I said, as soon as you put this in here, even though we've connected the keyboard up here as an input, it's still not playing. I'm still not getting any sound. So you need to go over here to the sequence, connect the keyboard, choose, and then choose here. That'll be happening this week as well. What have we got? Are you going to do a review for it or DSP's rotten pull reverb or waiting for a bug fix? I noticed the presets pull down doesn't work for AEV3. I actually don't have it yet, but I can have it like that. So I'll reach out today and grab it and we'll sort it out, Ed, and possibly do it this week. But yeah, so now once it's in here as an AEV3, we have the complete and utter power to do the things like we want to do. So come in and load a MIDI, come in and go, you know, let's load up mass. Let's put some reverb, outside reverb on this. So our tether will send mass over to Koala, output to Koala. And let's get some mass going. A bit of mass, baby. If I tap, let's just grab a factory preset, something melodic, and we'll do a binary Euclidean. Hey, welcome back, Mr. Smith. Let's edit this, get an LFO going on. There we go. Did we get a stuck note there? Yeah, we did. know that's a stuck note. It sounds rad. So I'll tell you what, I think it's a pretty damn little sweet update. The interesting thing about this little update is I didn't expect that. It's not something that you think, oh, Koala needs a synth. I'm sure there's some people out there who probably think that Koala needs a synth, and maybe that's how it appeared, but it wasn't something that ever popped into my head because it's primarily a sampler, but it's so much more. It is whatever you want it to do. That's the beauty of, I guess, iOS, isn't it? That, we have the complete and utter power to do what we want with whatever. So it's sweet. It's super simple. We'll cover the price again, and then we'll get out of here for today. We started a little bit late. It is what it is. Now, if you already own the in-app purchase, well, guess what? It's waiting for you to go and use. And that is in the Samurai edition here, so which comes with time stretch, sequence edit, auto chop, $3.99, and it's already waiting for you to use if you already have this. The mixer is $4.99, and the AUV3, to make it AUV3, is $1.99 with multi-output. So, $20 all up, roughly that, and you've got a killer piece of kit that you can use across all your iOS devices, and you can get it on the Mac, remember, as well. All right, let's get out of here today. And you know what? I don't think I got a copyright claim on Patreon this week, so let's do something we haven't done for a while. We got Pete Johns doing GarageBand Weekly next. Let's play a track from our guest who's coming on the show, Mr. Pete Northcote. Poet on Northcote. I'm going to find a track. We'll find one that we played on the weekend on Patreon, because I didn't get a claim for that. So let's just see if I can find that track that I played. God, I have to go back to Sunday, don't I? What was happening Sunday? What was that day? Where are we? Here we go. Is this it? Peter Northcote. It was this one. Yes. Let's play this. This is I'm Falling by Peter Northcote. Pete Johns up next. I'll dump you over there. Do things that make you happy, mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Indeed. Stay awake, and let's go out with some Peter Northcote. He's coming on the show this week with I'm Falling. Let's Oja.